Well, apparently there's no chance of a tie-break because even if Magnus wins, you've won 2 games with black, right?
Yeah, as far as I remember. Yeah, well, at least an arbiter told me yesterday that in case if I don't lose tomorrow, I win a tournament.
You win the tournament.
Okay, yeah. So I don't know. I mean, it can change, of course, but I guess it's not.
Well, we've got the winner here, guys. Congratulations! Fantastic.
Yeah, but. Anyway, okay, of course, that's why I was trying to play very safe today, but still I tried to to press a little bit, because actually if I would have won today, I would have become number 2 in the world. Now it's just number 3, but which is not so bad also. But anyway, I mean, it's okay, of course, from other point of view, if I would have lost, then I would have not won the tournament most probably. So, okay, it was a difficult... it was quite difficult to go, all in and to risk. So I decided to play very safe, but maybe to keep a little bit of pressure. But okay, I think that Levon, he was defending very accurately, because in fact it was all not so easy as it looks. I think he was just by tempi in time, because one more tempi and could have been quite dangerous for him, but it looked like he was always in time.
Okay, well, we'll get on to that in a minute, because what I'm interested in also is the effect from the game from yesterday, which is clearly a very long game, a very, a very emotional game as well. You've had a position where looks he's doing great, and then suddenly it's not so clear, and then suddenly it looks like he's totally losing, but you still have to calculate to avoid,
No, that was a very difficult game yesterday, and of course it's and it's the end of the tournament already, and in fact it's the second tournament in a row, because I just played in Moscow, also very big, very tough tournament just 3 days before London started, more or less. So of course I really feel very tired already. So that's why was also a reason that okay, I have to try not to risk too much, because okay, my head is already not as it was at the beginning. So that's why I decided to play to try to play safe, of course. Right. Well, it's pretty logical. It's like when you're playing football and the team is winning 2-0 10 minutes before the end, it would be strange to make 3 substitutes to put forwards on the field. Right. So that's why. But still, I think the game was not. There was some interesting moments.
So let's have a look at the game, Vlad.
Yes. Okay. So should we go forward? Should we go forward to? Let's just go to A3 first, because clearly this is.
This is one of the most one of my main moves in this position. I played it myself with white. I had this position with black. Garry Kasparov played it against me with white. So it's a serious move, A3. It looks harmless, but in fact it has lots of venom, this move, and black has to go to this position with isolated pawn with C5.
So this has all been seen many times now?
Yes, many times. I had this position both with white and with black already, and not once. Okay. Yeah, actually this particular position, bishop e5, knight e5, I had it just half a year ago in candidate matches against Rajabov. Right. I was trying to squeeze him here. Well, okay, this type of position is bishop e5, knight e5. Okay, it's clear that black has an isolated pawn, and if white just manages to settle his pieces, to castle and to put something on d4, of course he will have a very long and annoying pressure for the rest of the game. So black has to be very accurate and very quick to whether to push d4, whether to create very quick threats. Otherwise white will just be better. And Rajabov, he played bishop e6 against me in this position. And okay, he managed also to make a draw, but okay, it was not so easy. He had to work for it. So Levon came up with rook e8, which is another option. I don't know, knight f3, queen b6. Well, just attacking the pawn on b2.
Is this still unknown? Is this still theory, do you think? You're not sure?
I don't know. You see, in this position there are so many different move orders that okay, I'm really, even though I know this variation very well, but I'm also getting confused in all these move orders. I mean, there's so many that I don't know. I think it was played, this particular position already, but I don't know exactly. I mean, I'm not completely sure about it.
You actually had a Twitter tweets about that, suggesting that it was played in a game Hubner-Vaganian up to 1794.
So it was played in Hubner-Vaganian back in 19 something or other.
No, we don't have a date for that, I don't think.
We have a date for that game?
Okay, maybe, anyway. No, but of course there are many games in this line, anyway. So, yeah, I know, I was thinking that, of course, that principal moves queen d4 before. Queen d4, the problem is rook e4, I didn't like, that's the problem. Otherwise queen would be very good on d4, but then I guess that's the point of rook e8, to have rook e4 here, and queen takes d5, bishop e6 with quite dangerous initiative, I didn't like it at all. And before I was not so happy, okay, queen b6, there is another move b4, which is very logical. But I didn't like them.
Take the mouse,
yeah,
take the mouse.
I didn't like knight e4 then. And okay, if I castle, then obviously there is knight c3. And now, if I would just be able to put something on d4, but I'm not in time because of d4, knight d4, queen d4. Yeah, that's the point. So therefore, I have to probably to play queen d4. But then okay, in endgame I would have a pleasant plus, but the problem is queen g6, and then somehow I have some problems with my king, because let's say, okay, if I castle, then bishop h3 comes, knight e1, but this looks ugly. I was something like this, rook c8, and knight c3 is coming. Okay, I don't like it. Black has a lot of initiative here. I was not happy with it. So rook c1 looks serious. Well, actually, I thought maybe he wants bishop g4 or something. I don't know, but then maybe I'm in time to stabilize my position to get slight plus with b4, knight d4 or something, or b4, queen d4. But knight e6, now, well, again, queen d2 looks very logical. I have to defend to protect this pawn on d4. And okay, this is a critical moment after rook d8, because okay, of course it's clear, if I castle rook d1, knight d4, it'll just be better.
Sure.
So black has to hurry with his d4, I mean, has to be very quick. Rook d8, and now there are a few options. I was not sure, because let's say a castle, of course, is the most logical option. Then I guess he has to play d4, otherwise she's just worse. So d4, and now there are a few possibilities. Maybe bishop c4, I thought might be interesting. This actually has, maybe it's a best try to play for advantage. d3, I suppose, and queen e3. And okay, I was just checking over the board some lines, like for instance, if he takes, okay, maybe it's not so easy still, because I'm coming knight e5, let's say bishop d7, knight e5, attacking the pawn. I thought bishop e8 maybe, okay, takes, and rook c7. Maybe rook d5, black is in time to make a draw, but still white has initiative. I mean, this I was not totally sure about it. But then all of a sudden, I was not sure if black just takes this pawn. Okay, it looks very scary, of course, but I couldn't really see any clear refutation. After all, it's a pawn. He wants to get bishop d7 out. Okay, knight e5 looks logical. And now let's say even just bishop d7. Couldn't really see how to break through, because let's say if I take, I thought there is rook e7 possibility. Yeah, of course I can make a draw.
Queen b3, like that. Queen b3.
Ah, queen b3. Ah, so maybe, yeah, but maybe fe. Yeah, queen b3. I mean, no, maybe then fe should be also a draw. Yeah, takes rook f7, rook c7, queen f6. Yeah, seems to be a draw also. But okay, maybe I can try here queen b3 or something. A little bit at least. Yeah, maybe, well, I don't know, this endgame maybe also draw, but this was an option, because somehow the thing is that at least it should be investigated, castle, it looks serious. Because knight d4, somehow I just thought automatically that, okay, this was black's idea, but then it's actually maybe quite unpleasant, because the same position, in fact, it's a PO tempo, it might be actually almost decisive, this tempo, because in this position, rook c5,
right.
I think actually black is in quite serious trouble, strangely enough. Yeah.
So the tempo
it's just
makes
one tempo, yeah, because the thing is that if now king f8, rook c1, I mean, if he takes on c5, I take with a pawn, it's quite unpleasant for black always. And here, king e7, rook c7 check, yeah, and after b6 I get probably also rook c7, bishop a6, I'm getting the line, so it can be quite dangerous for him. But bishop d7 is maybe again only move to equalize, but now of course, yeah, okay, knight takes e6, I saw that he's just in time to make a draw, but maybe this is the option, has to be tried. But first of all, yeah, I was not sure that d4 maybe it's enough for a draw. Because ed4 and now something like bishop b5 maybe. I was not sure about it, but okay, I was already almost seriously considering playing it, but then I realized that there is a very strange move, knight g5, which I started to dislike. I mean, okay, if I would have needed a win, maybe I would have gone for it, but this knight g5 is okay. I thought knight e7 check. What else? King h8. And now black starts to get quite serious initially. Knight takes d5, otherwise it will be lost this knight. And queen h6. I don't know, maybe computer is happy with white's position, but it looks a bit tricky. I mean, bishop c6 is coming. I thought something like this, bishop c6, maybe queen a5, I don't know. Something like knight e4, then rook d2, knight d2. I was not totally sure. There is knight e6 option also. Maybe queen f6, queen b2. There is some initiative for black. Maybe white can. I'm just thinking now. Maybe there is this move also possible. No. No. Then rook c6, then queen c6, queen c6. I mean, it's clear that black has initiative. And okay, if it would be only way for black to play, then I would have probably calculated it more seriously. But since d4 probably also is a draw, so I decided, okay, not to. I mean, just makes no sense to go for such complication. And also, especially because here black still has to be accurate. I mean, king f8, king d2, rook c8, rook c5. In fact, there is a last trap here because king d6, maybe not so easy now anymore after bishop. I have bishop b5, and it's very difficult for him to keep the line. Strangely enough, I mean, he's again in some trouble because after b6 I have rook c6 check. After e6, now I have this already, and he never has b6. And then I just start to press with b4, pushing my pawns. I mean, it's the last kind of trap which was easy to fall in. And okay, he still has to make. Of course, he should make a draw here, but he will suffer. I mean, it will take time for sure. But b6 is very accurate. And now, because the problem is that, okay, also this, I mean, it's just a matter of tempo, because here takes, king d6, okay, rook b7. If I just have one move now, bishop b5, it may be just winning for white, because black is totally stuck. But the problem is he has king c6, and okay, rook e7, king d6, again I think only move probably. Rook b7, king c6, and on bishop a6, threatening b4, but now he's just in time for bishop c8, I think. And I'm just one tempo not in time. And of course this is already okay. When I change rooks, of course it's a draw already. So it was not so easy for black as it looked. I mean, there were quite few positional traps in the game, I think.
Vladimir, which was your best game here in this tournament?
I don't know actually. I don't I didn't think about it yet. I mean, definitely the most exciting and the most tense was a game yesterday against Luke. It was really tense and very interesting game. The most interesting for sure, this one. The best one, I actually, during tournaments, I don't really check my games because I don't have time really. So
that's interesting.
I have to check them, to analyze them, which I will do, of course, after the tournament. Then maybe I can give you an answer later.
Not during the event. You don't tend to do it during the events.
Well, you just don't have time. You come back tired after the game. You have dinner, and then you start to prepare for the next game. So usually you don't really have time. Okay, very briefly you can check with the computer, just 5 minutes, but it's not. But for serious analysis, no, you don't have time really. So I don't know. It seems to me that I played quite decently against Howell and against Adams these two games, but maybe computer would not agree with me when I switch it on.
And were you working here with a second? I don't know. Did you have a second with you here?
No, I had my daughter as a second. I mean, I had my wife and my daughter. They were here for the first half of the tournament, and actually it was a very good move because I felt I came here already pretty tired after this tournament in Moscow, and I felt not so much energy, and somehow it gave me some boost of energy and boost of positive emotions, and I think it was a very, very good move actually to bring them here.
Cheers.
Well, there you go, ladies. We don't need seconds. Just bring your wife along, and you will be fine. Or maybe not. Depends on. Do you have any
questions for Vladimir from the audience, or maybe on Twitter? And anyone here? Question?
If you have to put money on it, who's going to win next game?
Okay, I'll just repeat that for the online crowd. If you had to put a bet on the World Championship match between Vichy and Boris, who would win?
Well, first of all, I never bet. I mean, actually I don't like betting.
You've got a gun to your back.
Okay.
Bet.
No, I think. Well, it's clear that Vichy is a slight favorite. I mean, he's an incredibly strong player, very experienced, and okay, lately he was not playing so well as he can. But it's clear that for the match he will be ready in his good form, and when he's in good form, he's incredibly strong. I can tell you as a victim, I can assure you that it's very difficult to play with him when he is at his best. So, but okay, Boris, you shouldn't underestimate him, because he's a very solid player, he's a very strong player, and also he's incredibly motivated, I guess. It's his first chance in his life to fight for the crown, and I know him well. I mean, I'm quite friendly with him, both also with Anand. And I know that for him, it's a World Championship title is something really unique, and he really rates it very highly. So I'm sure he will do absolutely everything what he can to win. So it's not going to be easy. I would still, if you put it that way, if I have a gun on my head, I would probably put the money on Anand, but I wouldn't be totally sure that I'm going to win it.
Okay, all right, very good. Any more questions in the crowd? Very quick. Yep, we've got one more question. Yeah.
When's your next tournament?
Vlad, when is your next tournament? I know we were speaking about this.
I don't know at all. I mean, the problem is that, it's been, we have a quite strange calendar, in chess, because second half of the year you basically play like a horse, I mean, non-stop, you just run one tournament after another, and first half of the year now it seems, at least at the moment, I don't have anything before July. I mean, I just don't have a tournament. I would love to play somewhere.
Vladimir, if you want to play in Gibraltar.
Well, I told it, okay,
I'm serious.
I'm
serious.
Yes, but I'm not yet there. Once I'm a bit too high for it yet. I'm waiting for the moment when my rating will allow me to play in such events, because I've heard that it's a very nice event. But seriously, I would like. Actually, I always like to play in the top tournament. I like to play with strongest possible opposition. Otherwise, it's not so interesting. I mean, even. It's okay, of course, it doesn't mean that I'm going to win it, but okay, it's not only about result, it's also about interest, and I like to play with top players. And unfortunately, there's a strange situation, because before we always had this tournament in Monaco, which is now cancelled. Last year was the last. Linares, unfortunately, already it's not clear. I would love to play in Linares if it will take place, but it's not clear if it will take place because of this economical crisis, and Spain is not doing so well, unfortunately. And then Vaikanze, I'm not playing. And finally, there are no tournaments really, and it's quite sad. I would love to play. I hope there will be something, let's say in March. March, April. I would be very happy to play somewhere in some good tournaments, very good events. So I hope somebody will go, maybe in London, no? Maybe.
Well, don't ask me, Vlad. That's for
but yeah, that's a little bit of a problem, because sometimes it's good to have a serious break, especially since there was going to be a candidates tournament this year, and of course my main goal would be to try to win it, even if I'm not maybe the main favorite, but I have my chances, definitely. So I will try to win it, but for this, of course, it's not great. It's not a great job if you don't play for half a year. It's really not good. So for me, it's a little embarrassing. I will try to find something, at least something. Yeah.
All right. Okay, have we got any other questions very quickly?
Well, from our online audience, you've gotten quite a lot of praise for your analysis here in these post-game chats, and several people asked if you had any upcoming DVDs or book projects.
All right, great chance for a bit of...
Actually, that's true that if it's about, if I will have 6 months of rest, then probably I will do something. Because I have to do something. No, but seriously speaking, actually I have a project in the pipeline with my wife, because she's a journalist, and she wrote, she's also writing books sometimes, and we have a project because we got an request to write a book about chess, but in French, with a French publisher. So just about a small book, because there is a series, one of the big publishing houses in France, they're making a serial of books about, they take one of the best specialists of each profession, and it's just as a small book, I mean, there is one of the best winemakers, one of the best cooks, and so on, and they want to make something about chess, just that you explain about chess, what you like in chess. I think it calls Passions, this series, and actually we are now speaking about it, so it's possible that me and my wife will make the book. So she will write, I will speak. Yeah, so good way to
good combination.
To share, to share the job. So this is possible. Maybe some DVD also, but still, it's all very pleasant. But I still hope that I'm going to be a professional chess player, not chess writer or chess speaker. So I would like to play something also.
Well, fantastic. We did have one more quick one. Very quick, because I know it's the last round, so I know we're giving... Yes, sir.
Yes.
Will you come back next year, Vlad?
Oh, I mean, happily. It's a really great tournament. And actually I was thinking, okay, sorry for... maybe it's not really in accordance with the plans of the organizers here, but I thought that because they're going to be a candidates tournament next year, at the end of the year, right. So if there is any chance we will have a candidate tournament here in London, I mean, instead of London Classic, you can have exactly the same time, just a candidate tournament with all best players in the world, and if they would be ready for it, it would be just great. But anyway, even if not, I mean, I think all players would be very happy to have a candidate tournament for the World Championship here in London. But even if not, I would come here with pleasure. I mean, because just a nice place. Also, the atmosphere here in the tournament, it's very special and really very pleasant. I really enjoy playing here already for the third time. So definitely I would come here again. If I get visa.
Well, I'm sure. Well, we love having you here. So, I mean, you're the winner this year. You're the deserved winner. You've shown some, for me, I know from the commentary team, some absolutely special, I think that's the word, thoughts about chess. You've shown incredible analysis. You've played some really interesting games as well with both colours. So, I think you're the deserved winner of this tournament. I don't think there's any doubt about that. So, congratulations, and we want you back. I know I want you back. So